Welcome to the Elegance Of Nae podcast. I'm your host, Nae, and on this podcast, we talk about a variety of topics with amazing stories. Let's get into it, shall we? Hey guys, before we begin the show, we just want to give a quick shout out to TC's Art Gallery. That is T as in Tom, C as in Cat, S as in Sam, Art Gallery. They do amazing social media advertisement, logo design, website design, and they even help with social media management. Check them out today at TC's Art Gallery, LLC.square.site. All right, let's start the show. Welcome back to the Elegance Of Nae podcast. I'm your host, Nae, and we have somebody new in the building today. We have the one and only Mr. DJ Good Boy in the building. How are you doing today?
Woo, I am fine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you mentally and physically today?
Oh man, you coming up with a strong question. Yeah, I feel like I'm amazing, right? Mentally great, physically great, spiritually great. Is there anything else that you mentioned that I'm forgetting?
No, just
Okay.
mentally and physically.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. Got spiritual for free.
Hey,
And I'm great.
that's great.
Right.
That's great. How's the new year been treating you?
The new what now?
The new year.
Thought you said the new me. I'm like, he been beating my ass. But, the new year is additionally beating my ass. It has been a challenge, adjusting to the changes that have been necessary for me to do the goals that I wish to achieve this year. So
Okay,
yeah.
that's what's up. Is there any goals that you have in mind already that you're trying to do, either personally or business wise,
Yeah.
this year so far?
Many
You
many
ready for
goals.
it? You ready for it all?
I have no choice but to be.
Okay, then do your
Right.
thing. So let's start from nitty gritty. So, are you born and raised from Detroit?
Born and raised on the east side all day, my entire life, and most of my family's from the west side, and I had some in the suburbs. So I'm a very balanced kid.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Little best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel it.
Yeah, even went to some private schools, all that.
Okay. So, how were you as a kid? Were you more of a social butterfly, or were you more like an introvert?
Introverted as hell. Me growing up, I was definitely trying to understand my place in the world. So I was quiet. I was observant. I was learning. And I was also switching schools. So I really wasn't like growing up with the same amount of people everywhere. And it's like every 2 or 3 years, I was in like a different school, it felt like. So definitely was more on the introverted side for quite some time. Nearly my entire school experience. So,
Really? So
yeah.
from like when you were younger up into high school as well?
Yeah, like up until I officially went to a Detroit public school for high school. I went to Southeastern, and about 11th, 12th grade, I started to find myself for real. So everything prior to that was like that quiet guy who was kind of cute to some people.
I feel that. So after a while, did you at least try to like get friends or try to
Yeah,
be social?
I always,
Havers.
had like social connections with some people, but like I said, it wasn't tight because I wasn't present with them throughout the entire
Time
growth
period.
of our,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, hey, and bye. And then social media came. And then it was like, okay, I see you online. But it was never like, hey, we hanging out and we building and bonding. So,
Okay. Yeah. I feel that. I feel like the more you move around, the more you observe your characteristics in yourself and see like which areas you really want to go to or lead towards.
Yeah, that's exactly how it came about. Going from private schools to charter school, which is basically like a public school. At that time, I was at Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences, and
No
back to a
way.
public school. Yeah,
You went to that?
5th and 6th grade.
What?
Yeah, right off Jefferson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I went there too. That's
word.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty, likely because being from Detroit, I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
yeah, that was a short experience.
Mm.
Every 2 years, I said, 3 years, it felt like somewhere else.
Did you know why you were moving so much?
I think it's just because of my parents'
Mm.
work schedules or jobs or whatever might have been going on.
Mm.
I had
You
no
just was
idea,
there.
right? Like
You was
y'all
like,
want me to
I'm
go
here.
where? Okay, right.
Yeah, I feel that. So did you ever prolonged schooling after high school? Like first going to college?
Yeah.
Where'd
Went
you
to
go?
Henry Ford Community after I graduated from Southeastern. Um, then I went to Washington Community in Ann Arbor.
Mm.
And then eventually went to Specs Howard, where I graduated from there.
Mm.
And yeah, that's it for
What
college
was your
experiences.
major?
Business marketing or business administration.
Nice. What led you to that particular degree?
It was the only thing I felt comfortable doing because I knew I could be creative and
Mm.
still be able to do business.
I
I
feel that.
knew I've mostly been business centered all the time. I really like doing good business and making people happy with my services, and then
Mm.
being able to help market other businesses is definitely something I felt I could help people do.
Hmm. Okay. I feel that. So how was the experience for you from coming from a kid into adulthood? How was the that transition for you?
Uh, it's still transitioning. It's oh man, it's in many ways I still feel like I'm that kid that was just wanted to be respected and seen, and
Mm.
now that I'm like super adulty now, it's like yeah, you got to do some super adult stuff too. You can't just say that you're an adult. You got to actually do what it
Do it,
takes to be
yeah.
that. So now it's like let's get to it.
Mm.
Let's be that adult that you had in mind when you were
Yeah.
14 or something. Be that superstar that you set out to be.
Mm. I feel that. As you've grown from the okay, let's say this. What have you seen change within your surroundings from when you were younger up until now, like majorly?
Mm-hmm. And my surroundings,
Yeah, like far as either within a city or your neighborhoods or community.
well, I moved to Ann Arbor in 2007 or so,
Mm-hmm.
and that's was definitely a huge change, and
Mm-hmm.
I really felt like that really changed the directory of my life. Like it really helped me to elevate beyond what Detroit was offering,
Mm-hmm.
just because of the environment. I'm on campus at U of M.
Mm-hmm.
I'm around Eastern Michigan, so I'm growing up around college kids. Even though I wasn't attending college with them,
Mm-hmm.
I was still doing some of their events. I was still uh, going to the libraries and things like that. So just being in that environment
Mm-hmm.
definitely helped
In
to,
that atmosphere.
yeah,
Do you feel like it changed you or added more to you?
just added more.
Mm.
I don't really like to let anything change me. As long as it's a positive change is cool, but I'm gonna just let that add on. Ain't gonna just change me. I'm me. So
I feel that.
all right,
Yeah, that's good. That's a good trait to have within you instead of like letting things around you, even though everything changes day to
uh,
day. So having everything change in you, that's speaks wonders too.
right. I gotta have a foundation. Like
Yeah.
this is the core, and this is gonna be me till it's done. You know what I'm saying? We're
Mm-hmm.
just gonna add on little parts and pieces. Gonna add a little dessert here and there. You know what I'm saying? Make a full meal.
I
That's it.
feel that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So what came about with you becoming a DJ? How did that come in intertwine with your life?
Yeah, that started in high school.
Mm.
Senior year ish, junior year ish. Uh Natural born hustler wanting to um really make his way into the world. I
Mm.
was selling CDs.
Mm.
So I had the music.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to go back from where it started, you got to go back to middle schoolish. Listening to the radio where Friday nights, Saturday nights, I'm going home. My parents is taking me home after they get done bowling over on the east side, Harbor. I wish I could keep remembering the name of this bowling alley over there on Harper and Van Dyke. And on the way home, we listening to JLB.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't even think of the other name of the radio station right now, but I'm hearing them live from the club.
Mm-hmm.
Energy. energy, techno music. I'm like, my God, what is this? I want to, what? Oh my God, what is that? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I love this. Like, I'm hype in the back seat and falling
Mhm.
asleep at the same time because it's like bedtime.
Mhm.
And I realized I wanted to produce that type of music.
Mhm.
So that was how my love for music kind of really started.
Mhm.
And then, high school came about. I'm making my own choices. I'm becoming my own man. And I'm selling these CDs. And then it was like, I'm going to parties.
Mhm.
I'm seeing what's going on.
Mhm.
Oh, we hip rolling. Okay, boom. Let me hit y'all with this hot hip roll song right now. You know what I'm saying? And just blew up from there.
That's dope. I feel like have you noticed like a major change in music? Well, clearly like but how can I put it? Where have you seen a major change in music strongly as like from when you first started with music and DJing to now? Like
Uh,
how have you seen the drastic changes in it?
hmm. I'm not entirely sure.
Mm.
Just because it's kind of from the point from where I started, and I
Mhm.
was actually collecting the music on my own.
Mhm.
Downloading from LimeWire, and not a complete pirate. I did buy iTunes cards, and I
Mm.
started paying for my music very early on, building my library.
Mhm.
But um, just noticing the energy of
Mhm.
the records right now is very slow. And I noticed that slow change start in about 2010, 2012, where it was like music was being made at half of the tempo it
Mhm.
regularly was.
Yeah.
And now and I'm not a hater, but you got your Sexy Reds, you got your
Mhm.
Glorillas, you
Mhm.
got Megan Thee Stallion, and I love Megan Thee Stallion. I'm
Mhm.
I'm technically a hottie. I've been that. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fan since Tina Snow and all that.
Mhm.
But I'm looking at that and I'm listening to that, and it's like I don't know if we, you know what I'm saying, like
The
this the
flow
energy,
different.
you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
it's really strong in that area. Is and we had more of a balance when I was coming up. It was like, we had some more neo soul,
Mhm.
R&B centered female rappers, male rappers, and now it's like everybody want to be that thug. Everybody want to be sexy. Everybody want to be freaky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody began put in specific categories now,
Right?
not in their own lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing that,
Mm.
and I can't help but to because I pay attention to all the artists, the independent
Yeah.
artists, the major artists, and right now it's like, where's the love for the people who not trying to be that?
Mm.
So.
I feel that. I feel like with music, I fell in love with music a long time ago. And it's crazy because I remember my mom telling me she used to play, like, put the headphones on her belly while I was in there
Mm.
and just be vibing out. When I came out, I'm like, I remember that song. Like, where I heard that
Word.
song from? And
Oh, you one of them
she was
smart kids.
like, but yeah,
I don't know
like,
nothing from birth. Like what?
but yeah, she used to play music while I was just barely born, not born really. And just to be able to pick up that soul very young
Mm.
and then to see that that soul is not really there in this music day and
Mm-hmm.
age is I don't know where we going with it
Right.
anymore cuz it's like I grew up to 90s to 70s, all that 70s to early 90s to
Same.
2000s music. That's my category. Like I listen to Motown music all day, um, all types of music. I can't pinpoint it right now, but it's like the songs playing in my head, but I can't pinpoint the songs. But it's just those types of vibes are different. They hit different. They vibe different. They connect differently
Mm-hmm.
compared to what's being said now on the radio. It's more so of like parts and those type of things instead
Mm-hmm.
of really talking to you, talking about love, talking about
Yeah.
that feeling of how somebody felt. It ain't that back in the day it's raining and you got the beatbox outside somebody's window vibes. It ain't that.
Mm.
It's more so just like, yeah, like, okay, she doing that. Okay, all
I'm
right.
about to say what it actually is. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna hide in your bushes and wait for you to come outside if you don't ride. Like it's not something to look forward to. It's not
Yeah.
uplifting. It's not positive. It's It's the opposite. Do the opposite of this music right now. None of the music, none, none of the music right now that's popular, except for maybe one or two songs. You got LMA, you got her, you got
I love her. Her got
no,
some really
can't even
dope
say
music.
Summer Walker to a degree. Uh, who else is? I can't even think of them right now, and
That's
I
how,
listen to
yeah.
this all the time. You know,
That's
I'm
the crazy part.
right.
Yeah. I feel like music is therapy on so many levels. Like if you like for me, I take my headphones everywhere I go. It don't matter where I am. I'll
I
have
see
some
them.
earbuds, yeah, or headphones, because I never know if I might need a moment to just zone out. If it's like overcrowded of a place, give me anxiety, whatever. I'm like, let me zone out real quick,
I
Tony's
wish I could.
individuals.
I don't. I can't because if I zone out, I ain't gonna want to come back, and
Yeah,
I
it'd
gotta
be
I
like
gotta stay
that.
focused
Be
and
comfortable
be
and
there.
you just go
Right.
to sleep. Zone. You done.
Yeah.
So, what's your like top 5 all time favorite go tos? Like either
Music wise,
artist or music wise or category. Do you think category is easier than artist?
absolutely.
Okay,
I would
category. What's your top 5
because
categories?
it's hundreds of artists that I'm
Yeah.
listening to, but genres easy. I wish I could pull up my screenshot from Spotify because it had me down pat. Just R&B, uh, rap, techno, house. That's kind of the same. What's my the fifth one? You can kind of say jazz. Jazz is up there
Okay.
too. You know, I listen to blues from time to time, but
Mhm.
all of that right there, that's it. That's all. That's what I DJ, and you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Kind of want to throw in my Afro beats, my world
Neo
jungle music,
soul.
reggae. Yeah,
Mhm.
neo soul is R&B to me.
Mm.
You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know how they got separated. I
I
don't know
don't know
why they got
either.
all these categories in the first place. It's
Yeah.
kind of irritating. It's like, why is there 50 categories for music? And that's a whole nother story.
Exactly, because we do have our top literal categories: R&B, hip hop, jazz,
Hmm.
and now we're split. Rock, now metal. It's it's yeah. I don't know
Right?
who split it up.
Soft rock,
Yeah,
hard rock, acid rock. Like, come on now, bro. Why do we need?
it's just rock. It's under. No offense to people that are breaking it down, but it's still like originally these were the top main big babies of
Hmm.
the before they had kids, because
Right?
clearly they're yeah
Exactly.
yeah.
And we learn. I recently watched a documentary about Little Richard
Mm-hmm.
being the king of rock and roll. You
Mm.
know, the true originator,
Mm-hmm.
and that's who everybody's getting it from, and how all of the other artists stole from that.
Mm.
How they purposely put uh, okay, I'm sorry, I gotta say white artists to, you know, sing his songs
Mm.
and try to emulate his style.
Yeah.
And that's scary almost because nobody wants to give credit to the people who started this.
Yeah. I think that's what I noticed too, because I've noticed a lot of artists are starting to mimic um beats from back in the
Mm.
day, where sometimes you'll play a song, you be like, and then next thing you know it's not that song. You be thinking you about to sing I've been thinking about you, but then it cuts to da da
Hmm.
da 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 with some other random artist, and you just like, all right, well, that's another remix
Yeah,
that I
Prince said
didn't.
it best.
Yeah,
One day we're going to be listening to the artist that sampled the artist that sampled the artist that sampled their artist, and here we are,
living in a world of samples instead of originals.
right?
I don't get it.
Uh,
Copy and paste, literally copy, paste instead of just paste and just make your own
right? Your own
origin,
rhythms,
your own
melodies.
yeah.
Why is that so hard for people to do?
Because we get to a point, I feel like we're getting a little lazy
Mm.
in different categories, different areas in the world, community, and I say that because it's like it seemed like we're either giving up or not really trying.
Mm.
Or we got to a point where so many things are handed to us and it's becoming easier to do. Like we have AI out here now where AI can do just about anything. And we're getting comfortable with that. Like we just hit up AI, like, hey, can you type me out this? Boom.
Yeah.
Instead of you actually thinking or getting a book or try to really research yourself, you got the internet to help you.
Mm-hmm.
And but back in the day, you had to go to the library for real. You had to really read a book. You had to really
Yeah.
do your homework off of your research of what you went over
Yeah, I bet
out of
y'all
a
did.
textbook. But
I didn't really do my homework too
okay.
often, right? Like I read a little bit here and there. I was a great C student, right? I was like the
Wow.
best C student ever. Just
Wow.
to
At least you acknowledge yourself. You know, you ain't just
absolutely
went with the flow. You just,
right.
yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to do it. It's just like why am I doing this homework? Am I getting paid? Is anybody that's not really helping me learn? That I already got it. Okay, it's simple. Why I got to do it again in my own personal time? See, look, y'all not gonna do me like this,
Oh my
and
goodness.
they didn't do me like that. They gave me that C, and I was like, I'm out.
Okay. What is your biggest accomplishments that you've done so far within either as a DJ or within yourself?
mm, 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 mm. What is? I don't. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm really. I'm really like looking at what can I do better again.
Mm,
I don't really know how big they were. When I think about some of the songs I produced and the effect that it had for some people, it's like, okay, that's cool. And then I look at some of the events that I DJ'd
mm,
where, celebrities was there and all that. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then I look at some of the events that I put on that did pretty well and it's like, okay, that's cool. But it's like,
right.
all right, what's next?
Yeah.
You know?
What's next for you?
Right.
Have you have you dissected that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now it's like, okay, let's get the celebrities to my events.
Mm,
Right? Let's
yeah.
get the celebrities on my music. And I
I
hate to
feel that.
really use the term celebrity, but because I'm
I
not a
say well-known people.
right, yeah.
Because
Let's be that
I
way.
don't see celebrities the way that others see celebrities. I just see them as a well-known human being,
Yeah, that's
like a person
literally
at
it.
work they tell off to be well-known.
Not even that.
Yeah.
Somebody on their marketing team was very great at learning how to market them, and they got there. So,
But what if they did it themselves?
I don't think nothing is self-made, right? I
So
think
you don't think people could start off with self-promoting themselves?
yeah, you can, but it's still gonna be other people that take you to the next level. It's always gonna be who you know
That's
and
true.
who knows you. And
Hmm.
they're going to be the ones that take you to other people that take you there. So it's
Mm.
going to be
Like a
your,
domino effect, spider web,
yeah,
you know.
something
Mm.
like that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Nice. Good way of putting
That's the only way I can see it.
it.
That's the only way it can work. There's people that's popping in so many other states and cities that
Mm-hmm.
we may never hear of just because they ain't got nobody to branch them out over
Mm.
to Detroit. How do you get from Detroit to Japan?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I can post on the internet all day, but who gonna take me to Japan? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I now? I have to pay Facebook to sponsor me in Japan because 69% of Asians like my song or something. You know what I'm saying? Or Japanese. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not trying to be politically correct. I'm sorry, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So
To broaden yourself, like you have
exactly.
to pay to get somebody's connections
Or I gotta
a
go there.
lot
How much?
out here,
How much is gonna cost me to go to Japan to pass out some flyers and CDs, do a show?
man.
That's marketing,
Hey, that
right?
you got a point there. I mean, how else are we gonna market? We gotta market ourselves first in order for us to get marketed by others.
Right?
So how can you self promote if you're not gonna put a step forward and do it yourself first?
Precisely. And that's where a lot of artists are lacking because it's like they put it on YouTube and be like, "That's it, my song on YouTube, bro." You know what I'm saying? Watch my video, and it's like you still got to hit the streets. You still got to put yourself out there. You have
Try
to
to hit up
promote
some
yourself,
clubs. Try
right?
to get a manager. Try to get connections.
Precisely. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know anybody who's done it by themselves. I don't
Hmm.
think you can.
Yeah. I learned that the hard way
Mm.
last year.
Okay.
Learned that the hard way where but I feel like I learned the hard way only because I feel like you get put in positions where you're gonna bump your head. It
Mm.
doesn't matter what field you're going to. You gotta bump your head to be able to learn from that mistake and learn
Mm-hmm.
what not to do for when you want to proceed in that field or career.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And it hurts when you
Yeah, it
bump
does.
your head. It's like, oh, damn, I was stupid as hell.
Yeah.
That was
Or stub your
stupid.
toe. Yeah.
Right? And you look
Yeah.
back and you're like, man, I can't ever make that mistake again. And then you do it again. And then you might learn from that second time. You might learn from third, but
I was
eventually
just
you're gonna
about to
get it.
say
You might not
some
learn
people
from
that
that
bump
first
their
head
head,
bump, right?
a couple times, get a couple knockets.
I'm hard headed as hell. I understand. Like my head has been smashed, right? So still learning. That's why I'm like today. Do that super adult stuff, man. Because you've been bumping your head a lot. Your head is very strong now, sir. Let's get to it.
That is hilarious. That I can't. That's funny, but that is so true. That is very true. We gotta be able to step our toe to be able to move forward.
Yeah.
If we don't, we clearly just gonna keep bumping our heads and just keep getting knots.
Mm-hmm.
So
Getting strong as hell in the head, just the brain just shrinking because the head is so damn big.
I that's true. That is very true. What's up, guys? It's shout out break time. Want to give our love and support to the one and only DJ Good Boy. If you need somebody that knows his stuff, that knows how to mix and love music to his soul, definitely come book Mr. DJ Good Boy today at djgoodboy.com. That is djgoodboi.com. All right, back to the show. So, what made you want to come on the podcast and tell your story?
Um, well, I got an invitation in my email, and it was like, "Hey, I'm Nae, and that's my podcast." I was like, "Oh, hey Nae, let me see what they doing." I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I support, you know, black women. Let's go. I'm down." So yeah, and I actually met you by surprise. Was not expecting to meet you at Maya's event, and it was like, okay,
Yeah.
hey, Nay, in person. You know what I'm saying?
We met actually a couple times. That's what's crazy.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we met at the yacht event. Then you were doing your thing. Then I had message. I didn't even notice I was already following you on Facebook.
Wow.
And I was like, what? And I was like, yo, you was just at the event. He was like, hey, next time we gotta take a picture together.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. So then
we didn't even take no picture at my event.
We did. That's That's tough.
The picture will be taken today.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. But then that's when we met at the Google event, and I was like, "What? I didn't know you was gonna be here."
And it's so much easier to meet when I'm not occupied with music because, like I said, with them headphones on, I'm not
It's out.
like, hey, hi and bye. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't really
I'm the same way.
Right?
Yeah, I get it. I'm surprised you were doing so. Well, I'm glad that they were bringing you drinks and food because it was really hot where you were. Mm-hmm. So I was surprised that you were just lasting. Not
easy
in there.
Look, this head is hard. Like it can take heat, it can take damage. Like, bro, this head just really has adapted to so many different elements.
I can't. I cannot. What?
And it was a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day.
She picked the best days for them yachts.
Yeah.
Right. Like, guys,
that was a vibe. That whole thing was a vibe. I loved it because it was like great energy, good people, great drinks. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice that when I got on there. I thought it was orange juice, but it was a mimosa. And that started that rumble. Nice. But it was something that was hilarious. I'll talk about that in another episode. Oh, but okay. Yeah, it was a good episode. I mean, it was a good day. I'm gonna say that. Yeah. So, what are some next steps for yourself in your life or your business?
Next steps for my life and my business. Well, let's think about this because now we're talking about far ahead, right? Really, just doing everything the right way. I've been doing it the wrong way a long time, and from some of the experiences that I've learned with dealing with other business owners, it's like, oh, okay, you do it this way. So big shout out to Will from Surf Forth Entertainment. Surf Forth, it's not entertainment, but my memory just that big ass head. I tell you, the brain shrink, right? some details don't get recollected correctly. Okay. And yeah, I was working with him doing some events out in Dallas. We started originally here in Detroit, working on the jazz festival, and following him and learning under his tutelage,
Mm.
it was like, okay, this is how you really become a event producer. Because
Mm.
up until 2019, most of my events, they were in $1,000 something budget, and
Mm-hmm.
I met Will, and he's doing $1 million budget events, and that really just once again,
Skyrocket.
mind blowing. It was like, oh, this is how this gets done. This is how you
Mm.
show up. This is how you present yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's like, okay, I'm ready to take on larger events and put on larger shows. So that's really what I want to do this year, is actually put on the large scale events that Detroit has yet. Well, they get into it now. They just had Afro Nation here, and that was
Mm-hmm.
definitely one of the most impressive events that has ever touched this town. But outside of that, you know, it's been far and few in between for the urban demographic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see it for the what's the techno joint, the Detroit Electronic Music Festival now,
Mm-hmm.
since it's called that, and what else is there? I might be missing them, but I'm not seeing them, and I would like
Mm-hmm.
to see that more often. So
Okay.
that's really something that I would love to do now.
Yeah. So pretty much more bigger or city-wide
Yeah,
events that we have going on.
that's actually citywide, because
Yeah.
so many events was called citywide, and like, this is on the east side and this on the east side people here. What are
Yeah.
we?
What
Why
we
are we calling
doing?
this that? Like,
Yeah. I feel you.
right?
I feel you. I feel like this year is gonna be so different for a lot of people. I feel like this year is a year of new growths,
Mm,
new opportunities, new possibilities, ears, pushing of confidence in certain aspects for people. And I feel like only because this year feels like a fresh start for a lot of people
mm,
to really start over. Well, duh, it's a new year. So, but everybody don't see that the same, but I've been coming across a lot of people that are just eager to see what's in store,
mm.
eager to see what they can really do for themselves and really pushing themselves instead of just saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this year. I'm gonna do that," and then you still sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't move. You
Yeah,
ain't tiptoe. You ain't get up.
right.
So I feel like that's
I had many years like that. Many years where it's like, this gonna be that year. This gonna be. So now that I'm saying this on your podcast, not, what I'm saying, people might hear me say this. It's
or
gonna be
note
like,
to self.
okay, right, do it, get it done. That's a matter of fact, to everybody that is listening, you need to do it and get it done and get that discipline in and focus, right? Talking to everybody and myself, because time, we don't know. We not promised no time. It's
Hmm.
not promised to us, and you know you need
That's
to
true.
keep that in mind. Like, we only
Yeah,
got today. We only had now. What are you doing
exactly.
right now? What you doing right now? That's working towards your goals.
Hmm.
Think about that.
I feel that. Now, before we close, did you have any questions?
Uh, Questions. I haven't asked any questions, have I?
Mm.
Oh man, what made you want to reach out to interview me?
Black excellence.
Mm,
I've seen your history on how you started versus now for us growing within your music, your content, your education, your self reflection on different things that you learned and went through your life. So I thought that would be a dope story to dissect a little bit on the pod and really get to know who DJ Good Boy is
mm.
and get to know how you started, how you came about.
Okay. You feel
Yeah.
like you know who I am now?
A little bit, but I feel like we can take a deeper dive into part two though. You think you're
Okay.
gonna be willing to do a part two?
Absolutely. What we gotta do that? In what, 6 months or something?
You would need time durations.
Hey, I mean, we gotta let
You
this.
said that about you literally said that about this one. Oh my goodness, no.
You gotta let some time go by so
Time
we can be like,
just
all
to
right, so what got done?
so what we
Did you
do
do it?
yeah,
You
because we
do it?
talked in the beginning of the year. We at the end of the year. What we doing?
Right.
Okay, I'll hold you to that. I'll see.
All right.
I gotta see how season 3 looking.
What's your sign?
My sign
Yeah.
was zodiac
Mm-hmm.
wise Leo.
Leo. Okay.
Mm,
What's your moon sign? Yeah. Let's see where you at. Yeah.
Gemini.
Oh, so you do know. And your rising?
Oh wait, sorry. Moon
Mm-mm.
is Cancer,
Okay.
rising Gemini.
Okay. Because we've been vibing, ever since we met. And it's like, why do I vibe with her? I'm trying to understand that. I
Because
need
I'm a
to.
chill person.
I see. Shout
Yeah,
out to the chill people, man.
for sure. For sure.
Right?
For sure.
I got lots of questions. I can do this all day. This is gonna be the interview.
One more question.
Is it? No, we got 100 more questions.
No, we can say the rest of that for part 2.
What made you get started with the podcast?
I've been getting asked that all this
Okay, scratch that. Everybody, you probably said on like 5 other podcasts. I did. 40 other podcasts. You want to ask me something? Yeah, ask me what everybody else asked me. How was your weekend?
Ooh, it was a lot. It was a lot this weekend. But I pushed through it though.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I gotta make another one. What are you looking forward to in the next couple months? Should I say months? Yeah.
Looking towards new clienteles, new members for my program, new staff that will be assigned soon for the program, and new events. So a little bit of new everywhere.
All right. Well, this is going to wrap up my portion of the interview of my interview. So.
Oh my goodness. Yes, absolutely.
Since you said I can only ask so many questions, I'm gonna just
we're gonna leave the rest for part 2.
Right.
Have them, wanting to dissect where we're going with that.
Right.
Yeah. But thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
Do you have any last minute words, or would you like to say any motivational words before we close?
Well, of course I gotta plug myself, please feel free to follow me and check me out on my website, djgoodboy.com. It's that simple. You ain't gotta I ain't got no underscores, just djgood, B.O.I.com, and it'll take you to my music, my podcast, all of that, all my websites, all my information. And as far as you say, inspirational words
or motivational words. Also, all that information will be down below in the description as well, guys.
Boom. I'm gonna say the same thing everybody else say. Keep going, stay focused.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Right. Stay the course. Believe in yourself. Understand that you are capable. If I can do it, you can do it. That's it.
Okay.
The rest is on part 2.
Okay. Right. And like you guys heard, stay tuned for part 2. That'll be on our Patreon, or become a subscriber to hear it right here on the Elegance of Nae podcast. Until next time, see you guys.
Pay for that Patreon.
Bye. It's a wrap. It was great seeing you. We're so happy you joined us for this episode. Can't wait to see you next time. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And check out our information down below in the description. See you till next time. Bye.